the dynamic is really wonderful. I think it's great. It's this yin and yang of sorts, since we come from the same place and have certain qualities that are very, very similar. And of course, the life that we had together pre Chicago Med, to bring it into this form is a clashing of ways of sorts, but we're somehow trying to make it all work cohesively together.
I mean, it's both a function of the actual joining a new show, or rather joining a show that's been on the air for so long. It's the fish out of water, and similarly for me, the actor, but similarly the character is also a fish out of water, and also in this case he's sort of like a damaged fish in a way, and yeah, he's trying to fit in, he's trying to matter at a certain stage in his life where he's he's grasping for this credibility that he lost recently. He lost his business, he lost his practice, and it's a loss of pride in a not loss of pride, but loss of self-esteem, because he's working now for the guy who he used to be the boss of, in a way, the superior to. And it's hard for certain people. So this character is very interesting. It's been written in a very interesting way, and it's a fun dynamic to play. It's not something that I've actually done, and I don't know if you've done it, Brian, on your show. I mean, it might be a kind of a new wrinkle, as it were.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a character with this much depth and this
Yeah.
much history with the other castmates. There's a lot of relationship factors, but I think this
Right.
one kind of goes beyond that. And the way that they've built your characters is really, really kind of profound, I feel, because you get so many other issues involved with it, whether you're talking about mental health or PTSD, like we've talked about on set. I think it's very important. And it's wonderful to kind of see that through your character.
Yeah.
Certainly, Dean and Ethan have an interesting power balance, because obviously it's different in the hospital than it was in their past. And in some ways, it feels like Dean is, with respect, manipulating Ethan to try to kind of get what he wants, even if he is in the right. How is Ethan balancing that going forward, given his loyalty to his staff? And how is Dean kind of maybe altering his approach as he realizes maybe some of his tactics aren't working the way he expects them to?
I mean, I can speak a little bit to that. Look, clearly it's a blow to his ego, and he's an old school guy. Dean is, and he's in a world, when he was kind of at the peak of his energy, of his abilities, and he's subordinate now to a superior surgeon, and who Ethan, it's the mentor is now being taught by the student. And that's, I think, hard. And it's an interesting dynamic, again, that the writers have inserted, that's fairly universal for people of a certain age. They've got to understand that they're no longer at the crest of the wave anymore. And like, it's something that I am wrestling with as an actor of a certain age who's been around a long time. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not the newest sandwich, in the case. I'm day old. Anyway.
I'll double down on that. I think that the characters themselves are both from the military. I mean, actually serving under the same kind of battalion, I would say. And in the military, the hierarchy is the utmost and the foremost as far as the relationship factors are concerned. So when you flip it, it literally like smashes this conflict between the two. And I think that's what you see as we're trying to deal through certain medical situations, relationship situations, or even the dynamic between us. We're really trying to figure out how to work with one another when, the dynamics of our relationship are completely flipped upside down.